Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Dustin Kreis, and it's been a while. I took sort of a sabbatical. It was kind of a combination of just not feeling the games I was playing, not really wanting to play games in general, not having time, not wanting to sit down to do this. So I just said, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to take a break from YouTube. And I want to say I'm going to come back with a raging vengeance, but truth be told, between having a 7-year-old that I have to chauffeur around everywhere, and I took a new position at my hospital, which requires more on call and sort of opposed to the on call that I was before, I actually will be called in for stuff. So my personal and professional life has gotten a lot busier here recently, and I don't know what that means for the channel. There's a couple people out there that just kind of update their channels when they feel like it. There's other people that do this every week. There's people that do this as a job. This is just a hobby for me. So I'm going to do it when I can, and I will try to get you guys content and thoughts on games as I complete them. But, I've been playing a lot of big games, and I don't have a lot of time. And, sort of other interests that I can do easier have started to come back. I've been listening to a lot of music lately. I've been reading books a lot lately because they're easy to take around with me. In gaming, I just try to squeeze it in whenever I can. And I'm sitting here looking at this stack of stuff to do for an eventual pickups video, and I'm just wondering to myself, when will I get to this stuff? But I don't know. Plus, I got all this stuff in the backlog, so really, I got content that I could be creating, but I just gotta find the time to do it. So, the channel, I'm just gonna do it when I can, and hopefully that'll be good enough for you guys. Hopefully you stick around. If not, I understand. It's a very fast-paced world out there, and some of these older channels like myself, because I've been doing this for, I don't know, God, 5 years. Some of us have kind of, winded down, I guess, a little bit because of responsibilities and whatever. As far as another gaming podcast goes, I still think we're doing it. I've talked to both Steven and Chance, but none of us have ever really brought it up. But as far as we know, we're still doing it. But like I said, I'm extremely busy. Steven's extremely busy. Chance is extremely busy. It's sort of one of those things of when we can, we'll do it. But anyway, that's enough for sort of the updates on where I've been and why this channel hasn't been updated. We're going to update it today, and we're going to talk about a great game, a game that I just kind of sat on for the longest time, and I don't know why. And I got nagged and nagged and nagged by Steven to play it, and that is Red Dead Redemption for the PlayStation 3. This is also available on the Xbox 360, and I keep hearing rumors that they're going to be making another one for the new systems. I don't know if this would be a great game to do like a HD update remake, because I'm really super impressed with this one. But sort of I guess a reason why I haven't played it. I'm not super crazy about the Grand Theft Auto games. I have 3. I have Vice City, and I have 4. And of those 3, I've only completed 3. I never beat Vice City. I never got San Andreas. I got 4, didn't really care for it. The magic was kind of gone. And then I never got 5. And really, I guess the reason is because whenever I play a Grand Theft Auto game, instead of doing like the missions, I just want to go around and cause as much havoc as possible. And that's really all I want to do with those games. So I don't really feel the need to buy a new one. However, I was told that this one is a bit different. It uses the Grand Theft Auto engine, but it's not really a Grand Theft Auto game. So I was like, all right, finally I'll give it a shot. The history of this game coming into my possession was Steven, myself, and Alex returned to Mother Base. We were all in Philadelphia for Too Many Games a couple years ago. Or was it just last year? God, I can't remember. I think it was 2 years ago because the one has already passed and I didn't go to it. But anyway, we were in a Target just kind of killing some time because we were bored with the convention. Really, the convention, it's a great convention, but you can kind of see everything in one day. Unless you want to go back at the end and try to score some good deals with people who just want to sell shit to not have to carry it home. You can really see everything in one day. So we were trying to find some other things to do in Philadelphia, and somehow we just ended up in a Target store. And Steven said, Dustin, you should really get this. You should really get it. It was only $9 or $19 or $9. I think it was 9. And I was like, yeah, I should get it, but I don't think I will. I think I would save my money for when we go back to the convention. Maybe I'll find something there. So anyway, unbeknownst to me, Steven picked it up and bought it. And then as we were leaving the store, shoved it in my hands and said, here, you're going to play it. And then I sat on it and sat on it and sat on it. Mostly because I don't know, it wasn't appealing to me at the moment. And then finally I threw it in. I was looking for a game to play, and Steven said, as he always does, play Red Dead. And I threw it in and instantly fell in love. Now, I am a huge Western fan. I love the Western genre. This should have been right up my alley. And, as I got started in the game, I simply couldn't put it down. I had a great time with it. Aside from the whole Grand Theft Auto presentation of the story, I think the story is fantastic. The gameplay, aside from some Grand Theft Auto glitches, is fantastic. Really, everything about the game is great, and it really, really made me think back on some of the great Westerns that I've watched over the years. And I really just had a fantastic time playing it. For those of you who don't know, in the game you play as John Marston. He is a sort of he was a criminal at one point in time, but he left that life behind, married a woman, had a child, and now he has a government man coming to him, and they kidnap his wife and his child, and they said, hey, you got to hunt down your old gang members and kill them, or we will kill your wife and son. So that's sort of the thrust of the game, and you're sort of thrown into this, Wild West adventure to basically rescue your family from a couple of government, idiots, I guess. But where you go from there and the characters you meet, I mean, if you've played a Grand Theft Auto before, you kind of know how this all works. And it is the Grand Theft Auto way of telling a story that kind of defeats the narrative thrust a little bit of the game, because for some reason, like the Grand Theft Auto games, I always found their missions to be very episodic. But whereas in Red Dead Redemption, it really felt like a larger part of a whole. You were always working towards the final goal of finding these members of your former gang. And the choppiness with how you deal with the storyline, it doesn't hinder the storyline at all, but at the same time, it does make it feel a little disjointed. And that's just the nature of the game, where you can pick between like 3 different people at a time giving you missions, and it really feels like, instead of it being like in a linear order, it's more of a choose your own adventure type thing. And in the end, it doesn't just have that push that, say, like a JRPG would have, that pushes you in a single direction. That's my really only gripe with it. Other than that, I thought the story was fantastic. The characters were awesome. Really, well-rounded individuals that you interact with. Interesting characters. You kind of want to go do the next mission for each character just to see what crazy shit they're going to get into next. But yeah, I really had a good time with the story and its twists and its turns and its gut punches. I really thought it did a fantastic job. And maybe it'll have me go back and maybe restart Grand Theft Auto 4, since that's the one I have, and give that another go. But it really was that Western setting that drew me in. And if they are going to make another Red Dead Redemption game, I'm all for it. I will probably get it day one, because I really love this game. The gameplay, if you've played a Grand Theft Auto at any point in time of your life, you will know exactly what you're getting into here. There's no real surprises. I mean, it really is Grand Theft Auto in the Old West. The only thing that's kind of different is you're not like stealing cars all the time. You have a horse, and for the most part, unless someone steals it from you, you'll have that horse till the end of the game, or it dies or something. My only problem with the Grand Theft Auto gameplay is sort of the janky aiming, and I've always had this issue where even with like like Steven told me to put on the auto aim because aiming in Grand Theft Auto is just always awful. So I did, but the problem I had with that is, there was a few times where I was it really screwed me over having that auto aim on. One time was every now and then in the game, you will meet these people who say they need help. And either they're telling you the truth or they're lying to you. And if they're lying to you, they're just trying to steal your horse. So this guy pulled me off my horse and started riding my horse, riding off into the sunset with my horse. So I just pull out my gun. I'm like, all right, I'm going to auto aim. All of a sudden, this cougar jumps out of nowhere, and my gun just trains on the cougar. And I'm like, no, I need to get the guy the horse. No, I need to get that guy the horse. And I just keep aiming at this cougar. And finally, the guy just rode off with my horse, and I lost my horse because of this cougar just coming out of nowhere and attacking me. So that was sort of one of the, I'm just like, what the fuck, Excuse me. But other than those little hiccups with the aiming and just the usual problems you have with sandbox type games where like a character gets stuck on a tree and they won't go with you because they're stuck on a tree and they can't get out, just these usual game glitches that you have to deal with. Other than that, the game was really solid, and it's kind of surprising because when you get into these big sandbox games, there's a lot of bugs to deal with. But, for the gameplay, you just, you go from person to person, do missions. There's a bunch of side missions, too. And this is something else that kind of hurts the narrative thrust of the game. This guy is, all about getting these people and getting his family back. But he'll sit down and play cards. He'll break horses. He'll do all these odd jobs for no real apparent reason other than, it's a video game and you got to have side quest type stuff. But, if you look at it from a game perspective, there's a ton of shit to do. If you look at it from there goes the air conditioning. Wow, that's loud. Okay. But if you look at it from a piece of media that's trying to tell a storyline, it does kind of ruin it a bit. So there's that. The music. Really enjoyed the music. God, that is so loud. I can't wait to play this video back to see just how loud that is. I really enjoyed the music. It really reminded me a lot of Sergio Leone films and things like that. The voice acting, of course, it's a Grand Theft Auto game, Rockstar game. Voice acting's spectacular. Really, really funny dialogue and everything. And finally, the graphics. It is a PS3 game, so we're getting kind of used to the beauty of the PS4 and the Xbox One. So to go back to a PS3 game, it's it is a step back. It's not an HD remake or anything like that. It is a bit of a step back, but when you look at how big this game is and how big the Old West is in this game, it's pretty impressive. It's a bit more sparse than you're used to in a Grand Theft Auto game since you're playing in a city. But yeah, a really good time. Really had a blast with it. I kind of want to 100% it, but you have to do a bunch of really annoying stuff in order to do that. So I might do it sometime, but for now I'm on to the next thing. But anyway, guys, that is it for Red Dead Redemption. Really should have listened to Steven a long time ago and played this from the get, because it is a fantastic game. I don't know if I'm going to do the Undead Nightmare DLC, just because I'm so sick of zombies. So fucking sick of zombies. But for the main game, I really had a great time with it. I'm actually kind of missing it now. But yeah, a really good gut punch story that you're used to in old westerns, and really with spaghetti westerns. I feel like spaghetti westerns always had darker storylines than the American westerns, but That might just be me. But a really great time. And if you're looking for something to play and you haven't played it, and you kind of want to... It's weird saying the PS3 is retro, but if you want to go back a generation and play something older, definitely give this one a shot. So anyway, guys, that is it for this. I'll do the next video when I can. But I think I'll do a pickups video here soon, because I'm getting... It's a lot of movies, and people want to see games when they come here, but I've really been buying a lot of movies and not so many games because I have so many to play behind me. And not a lot of stuff's been coming out that I wanted to buy anyway, so... But anyway, that is it for this. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you next time.